In this video, I'm going to show you the strategy that almost helped double our client's revenue in the first 30 days of switching to this Google Ads setup. Another client added more than $180,000 in their revenue after switching to this setup. This setup has been our default setup to all new clients. And the reason is very simple. It just works when we are setting it up, and it has outperformed every single other setup that we has done. After watching this video, you'll be able to go ahead and implement this setup on your own Google Ads account. I will show you exactly how it is set up, both the shopping campaigns and the search campaigns. I'll show you how to structure your general Google Ads account so you can actually rely on the data. You have clean data, and your account is set up for profitable scaling with the right foundations. The foundations is everything on Google Ads to be able to generate great results and scale. So let's just get into it. First thing of the strategy here will be our shopping structure, which is set up in PMax campaigns, where we're using an index-based setup. And if we take a look into the Miro right here, let me just also get the video with me in here. So if you take a look at the Miro, the first thing of our shopping will be based on index-based shopping. You can also see here we have PMax, no index, near index, and under index. What we'll do here is we go into the accounts we're working on, and we set up a script in the account that each morning analyzes the product data from the last 90 days, look into how is each product performing in the last 90 days, and index each product based on the 90 days performance, based on our benchmark ROAS, based on how many conversions sales is getting, and based on how many impressions the product is getting. This will be the first layer of our shopping setup. And here you can see that it's going to be some which is near index, some products which is at the index, some which is no index, and some which is under. Here we can also quickly just get an overview. How much are we spending on each product type? How much revenue are we generating from each product type? How many products in each product type? And so on. And the reason why we do this is we don't just want to run one single Performance Max catch-all campaign. If you're running just a Performance Max catch-all campaign, then this part is definitely for you. We want to make sure that we are indexing our products, and we are spending most of our product budget on the products that are actually performing. And also we want to run with different bidding strategies for different products. If they don't have any index, we want to just run with maximized conversion value without any ROAS target on them because if you have a product that has not gotten any impressions before, any conversions before from Google, and you say to Google, I want a ROAS of 10 on this product, then Google will simply not spend any money on it because it has never gotten a conversion before. It doesn't know if it can get a ROAS of 10. It's going to be very hard for Google to actually spend money on the product. So for example, for the no index products, we want to have, without any bidding strategy, any ROAS target on the bidding strategy. So the very dangerous thing, if you just have a Performance Max catch-all campaign, let's say you're spending $1,000 per day, you want to scale your budgets, you want to go ahead, increase your budget from $1,000 to $1,500 in your Performance Max catch-all, you simply just increase the budget, and then you hope that Google will continue to spend the money on the budgets that are performing, the budgets will continue to perform, and that's the first flaw in that strategy. And you don't know if you already have a very large search impression share on your good performing products, on the products that are driving conversions. There's so many things which is very hard to control because you're just leaving all the control in one campaign to Google. So the first part will be the index-based setup. This will be the first one you should go ahead and implement with a script. You can find a script very many places. You can make one with ChatGPT, make one with Claude based on your product performance. You can also text me and I'll simply send one over to you. So that's going to be the first thing. Index your products. This is the structure we'll use on every single one of our clients. The next part of the shopping strategy will be to segment the shopping in even more. This layer will be the first one everyone should go ahead and implement. Then when you have that set up, you're getting more data, you're starting to scale. The next one will be to add price index and profit margin to your custom labels. So here you can use a software such as Price Shape, or you can also use some scripts yourself to get it sent in with custom labels. Price Shape is the easy solution and also cost money, and also really good solution actually, but you can also do it with scripts yourself. And then you'll be segmenting your products based on how good your, for example, price is as the first one compared to your competitors. So if your competitors has a lot cheaper price, then automatically your product will be labeled with high price. You will set up a rule. If your price is 6 to 10% higher than competitor, use high price. If your price is 1 to 5% higher than competitor, use semi-high price. If price is the same, under like 0.5 to 1.5% higher than competitor, then use neutral price, something like that, where it's the same. And then you'll set up these rules, and this will be the next part of the shopping structure. Here you can now, when you have the custom labels here, you can build out a campaign which will be based on, let me just get this drawing up here, which will be based on, for example, your products with neutral pricing and with products that are near index. So this will be products that you know have performed before on Google Ads in the last 90 days at your benchmark ROAS, and you also have the same price as the competitor is doing right now, and therefore you want to push them more. Then you'll maybe have a campaign which will be products that are, let's say, near index again, but with high price or semi-high price, maybe a mix of both of them. And this will have a lot lower budget on this one than you'll have on the neutral price. And then let's say a competitor is just starting a sale tomorrow. You have a product which is normally near index, performing really well, but now the competitor is much more cheap, and therefore you are much more expensive. Then automatically your product will be now moved into this campaign structure with semi-high price and high price, and you'll have a much lower budget for this campaign, because you know if your competitor has a cheaper price, then you don't want to spend money on it. This will be the next layer of the shopping structure, which will be so helpful, because you can then segment your budgets as well, your campaigns based on your price, which is a big factor on Google Ads, as we know. Like it's the biggest thing for most brands is the price, especially on Google. The next one will be to add margins, as you can see here. Can we just remove this again? Yeah. So this will be based on your product. Profits on the product. It's not something I'll say is as needed as the other ones. But it really depending on how different your margin is from each product. If you have products with 10-20% margins, you have some with 40-50%, then obviously there's going to be big difference in the profit margins, and here we really want to add them in. And also you can then start segmenting based on your margins for each product, which will also be very helpful when you're looking to scale profitably. And so this is really depending on like how your different product margins is, and it's not like something which is mandatory to have. The same with the pricing. If you do not have that many, if you have more unique product, it's not as needed. If you always have the best prices, like it's very hard to say, depending on how competitive your market is. But most brands on Google who are scaling on Google really need this, and also are in very much of like a daily bidding war. So that's going to be like how we'll structure it. Start out with just the index. That's going to be the most important one. And then from that, build it out, maybe even add more indexes as well. You can have even like over index. You can have a little bit under index, a lot under index, little bit higher than index. Like you can add more and more steps as well there. Then you can add the prices, just start segmenting. But the first step, just get the simple index set up. Have that instead of your Performance Max catch-all. Have a 3-layered structure. So yeah, that's going to be that. And also for shopping, as you can see here in the account, we also have one campaign which is shopping catch-all, which I'll actually go through right now. So then third thing will be separate brand campaign and exclude it completely from other campaigns. Do not have any brand search terms in any campaigns. Your Performance Max, your search campaigns, your shopping campaigns should never bid on your brand unless they're called something with brand. So if you look into this account, you can see there's two differences in the performance. We have here the full budget and the full ROAS and the full revenue, including brand. But normally when I look through the data, I'm going to be looking at it without brand, which I'll therefore have campaign name does not contain brand. And also for this campaign, the normal name is brand without 2 Bs. I just want to have it here as well to show it part of the shopping structure. And normally then I'll look at the data without any branded influence on it. And the reason for this is very simple. You should never be looking at your branded data as part of the other campaigns on Google. This is people who knows your brand, who bought from you before probably, who are searching for your brand, and the people who are searching for seeing you in the other ads is people who are searching for shoes or shoes online. This is completely different audiences. And the thing for if you include your branded search terms in the other campaigns, you'll be paying more for your branded, you'll be inflating the data, you're not having real data. Maybe your performance is dropping in one campaign and you think it's just, oh, your performance is bad. No, maybe because your branded performance is bad because of terrible customer service or because of lower meta ad spend. And if you have it in one campaign which is not branded, it would be very hard to segment these things, completely different things. This is the most simple and one of the most important things to do. You can do it in the next 5 minutes, and it will be very helpful for when you're actually looking through your data. If you're mixing them together now, you cannot even really use your data that much. So that's going to be a very simple thing. And then have it segmented when you look at the data. Then the next part of it will be search setups. So this will be the kind of search structure we use on most clients to begin with. We'll also segment it more and more out. This is the one, start out with this, segment it more and more further on, rather than just having one search campaign or maybe even 0 search campaigns. I see so many web shops who are struggling so much with search. They're only pushing with shopping and then using PMax for search, and leaving a huge place of where they can make money unattended. So start with your search campaign, get it up and running. How I'll do it is do like a free layer as well, probably, or you can do it based on your Performance Max data. So what I'll do is just go into the last, for example, year, and then look in the Performance Max, how many search terms, which search terms are converting through search, and then add all of them in the first campaign here. In these free campaigns, but in this structure, you'll add the exact and phrase in this first campaign, which will be like more specific searches into a specific product page. For example, someone searching Nike shoes, Vapor Max, then we'll send them to the Vapor Max landing page, or someone who is searching another product, or let's say we're selling Velo snooze, and we're a big snooze shop, something like that. We'll send them to the product page, exact and phrase match here, and a little bit more specific searches. Then we'll have one which is like going to be category based. This will be the search terms that has converted from your Performance Max. This could be such things as Nike shoes. Then we'll send them to the collection page with Nike shoes. Adidas shoes for running. We'll send them to the different collection pages and set it up that way. And then the broad will be a little bit more broad. This can just be like buy shoes online. If we take the Nike example again, it can also be we take maybe some of our exact match searches and add them as broad. This will just be a little bit more broad, testing more broad, giving more broad keywords to Google, letting it be up to them. And this is how I'll set it up with the structure. Then I'll use a SCAX setup, where a lot of people, they will just add a couple of keywords in one ad group, and then maybe 5-10 keywords, and then just in broad match, and then just hoping Google will figure out the searches. What I like to do is having like a SCAX setup. So here you'll have one campaign, for example, where you have one ad group, and then with the ad group, I'm not good typer, let's not do it. You'll have one campaign, for example, you'll have one ad group, and each ad group will have 2 keywords, one in phrase, one in exact, or maybe just one keyword, one in broad or one exact just, and then you'll have one ad for it. And that's like it, not just one, don't add like one ad group and have 5, 10, 20 keywords, have 1 or 2 keywords per ad group, and then have your different landing pages. Here you'll have so much more control. Make sure that each ad has the best possible landing page, so you're not just using the same landing pages for 15 very different keywords. So you can test different landing pages for the different unique keywords. You can have different copywriting and so on. So please segment it as well. It will be very helpful. Later on, you can also that's the thing. Segment it a lot more with the structure inside of the campaign and outside of the campaigns. Later on, you can also segment it a lot more. For example, when we want to scale even further here, I will go into the account, exact, and phrase. I'll take maybe just the 5 keywords that are performing the best, and then just scale those in a separate campaign, exclude them. This is how I'll do it when we get to a level which is a little bit higher spend. So that will be the next level, but the beginning one will be the one I just walked through here. And then even the next step of Google Ads as well. Now we're just running search and shopping on this client will be like full funnel Google Ads. Right now, we are mostly just targeting the people on this account, like who's looking to open to buying and buying now. Where later on, it will also be like starting to implement more and more. And for example, also people who are not really thinking about buying with some more broad search ads with listicles, like all of this will be so much more complex. But the beginning part of structure your Google Ads account correctly, get better performance than what your competitors are probably getting and what you're probably getting when you're just running one PMax campaign, catch all, one brand campaign, is this structure I walked through in this video, where you'll have a couple of campaigns based on index, you'll have a couple of search campaigns structured as well. And this foundation should give you a really, really good starting point to actually starting to get some pretty good results with Google. And all of this I went through in this video. It will take some time to set up, but the thing is with it, it's a lot of groundwork. When you have set it up, it will probably give you very stable and good results and give you like decent spendings, as I also showed you on this account, where they're generating pretty good revenue. The next step is obviously going to be where the really hard part comes in, and the more advanced part, where you'll probably need an agency to do a lot of it. But this part you should be able to do yourself, or at least advise your agency to do. But that is everything for this video. If you do have any questions regarding anything, feel free to reach out. If you need any script, feel free to reach out. If you would like to apply to work with us, see if we are fit, then you can schedule a call under here. I can also provide you with a free Google Ads audit of your current setup, how we will manage it compared to what we do with other of our clients, and we can see if we are a match. But besides that, this is everything for this video. Feel free to subscribe and like if you found any value in it. And besides that, I hope you have a great day.